Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back ranking all 8 movies in the Child's Play franchise. It's time to rank the Child's Play franchise, consisting of 8 movies, including the remake. Like with all of my other rankings, I will start with my least favorite and work my way to my favorite Child's Play film. This is just my personal opinion based on nostalgia, rewatchability, and overall enjoyment, and you don't have to agree. Jason will be ranking the Child's Play movies as well. So please be sure to check out his video to see how his ranking compares to mine. So, here we go. This is Child's Play Ranked. Coming in dead last is Cult of Chucky, which is Child's Play 7. The first time I watched this movie, I was sort of indifferent to it. I didn't love it, but I certainly didn't hate it either. Now, after multiple rewatches, I still don't love it, and I still don't hate it. But if I'm being honest, I really don't like it. That's something I rarely say about movies. Now, don't get me wrong. There are things I like about it. I could give this movie a positive spin. But overall, I am not a fan. It's sort of strange to me how people will complain about the Child's Play remake for being too different. But if it were too much the same, they'd also complain about that. Regardless, the Child's Play remake is a fresh start. It's its own universe. Cult of Chucky, however, takes place in the same universe as the first 6 Child's Play movies. This film completely changes the already established lore. There are things that happen in Cult of Chucky that somehow we never saw before. For one thing, since when can Chucky clone himself? If he could possess multiple bodies at once, why wouldn't he do this at the end of Child's Play 2, in the factory? Now that I would have loved to see. The worst thing about Cult of Chucky for me, though, is how it basically created the Chucky TV series. This movie, in a way, is a pilot episode of that. And that's what this film feels like. An extended episode of Chucky the TV series. It took an already established and beloved franchise in a different direction. I'm really not a fan of what the show has become, and I'm not a fan of Cult of Chucky. It's in last place in my Child's Play ranking. In 7th place, I have Seed of Chucky. This one used to be my least favorite Child's Play film. It's the 5th movie in the franchise. After revisiting it, though, along with Cult of Chucky for Franchise Frenzy, as well as the positive spin we gave Seed of Chucky, I have to admit, I have more fun with this one than I used to. Not much more, but there are still things I enjoy about it. Hence, the positive spin. The opening, for one thing, is pretty cool, but I mentioned that in that video. I'm still not a huge fan of this movie, but I do like it more than Cult of Chucky, which is why Seed is at number 7. At number 6 is Bride of Chucky. I remember being so excited for this when it first came out. I saw it in theaters, and at the time, I probably would have said I loved it. I truly think it was just the anticipation of having a new Child's Play movie, though. Over time, I've enjoyed this one less and less, although I have some nostalgia for it because of its initial release. It was a big deal at the time, and there are things I really do like about it. Overall, though, it doesn't even come close to the Child's Play films I have ranked above it. And that includes the Child's Play remake, which I actually wish I could rank higher. I love this remake, and despite what others might claim, it's actually the third highest rated Child's Play film on IMDb, and it's pretty close to being second. On a site like that tends to trend lower, that says a lot. Clearly, this remake is not as hated as some might make it out to be. There are so many things I love about this one, but I'll refer you to my positive spin video, where I list them. Please check that out if you haven't already. The Child's Play remake comes in at number 5 for me. At number 4, I have the original Child's Play. Now, I certainly have a lot of nostalgia for this one, which is why it ranks so high. I mean, it is a classic horror film, there's no denying that. But even when I was younger, I always preferred some of the sequels. This original is probably the scariest, however. There is a huge difference between this movie and Bride and Seed and even Cult. Like I said earlier, I am highly disappointed in what this franchise has become with Chucky, the TV series. Child's Play is the movie that started the franchise. Cult of Chucky is the movie that started the TV series. And the two films are like night and day. I do love this original movie, but still, it's number 4 in my Child's Play ranking. In third place, I have Child's Play 2, which is easily my favorite cover of the franchise. Sorry, Jack, Chucky's back. Love it. Child's Play 2, for me, was always more rewatchable than the first one, even though I watched both of them a lot growing up. I remember being more excited about this one being on TV than the original. I think despite him arguably being the final guy in the first film, Andy Barclay is really established in that role in this sequel. Without Karen, his mother, or Detective Mike Norris, he's the star of the show. Other than Chucky, of course. I like child protagonists in horror movies. It's an interesting contrast, most especially when watching horror movies as a kid. Child's Play 2 also features probably my second favorite ending in the franchise. The factory setting is amazing. I love Child's Play 2, and it's in third place in my ranking. In second place, which was almost my number 1, Curse of Chucky, which is Child's Play Part 6. Curse was a fresh new start to the franchise. I remember watching this the day it was released and being blown away. In fact, I think I watched it for a second time, the same night. This one went back to the roots of what made Child's Play so successful in the first place. It's darker, scarier, and after Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky, that was a welcome change. Nika, played by Fiona Dourif, Brad's daughter, is probably one of my favorite final girls in horror. I actually really like the look of Chucky in this one, and the reason why he looks like that. I love the kills and the gothic house setting. And unlike Cult of Chucky, which would follow, Curse adds stuff to the lore that actually makes sense. This sequel expands the universe in a realistic way. At least as realistic as it gets for a franchise about a killer doll. Curse of Chucky is the Child's Play movie I like to say is my number 1 favorite. But when I think about it, it's not. It's close. Very close. But ultimately, nostalgia wins this round. That's why my number 1 favorite Child's Play movie is Child's Play 3. I sat here thinking, what if I had to choose between Child's Play 3 and Curse of Chucky? I can only ever watch one of them again. Which of the two would it be? Thinking of it in that context, it's a no-brainer. Child's Play 3 it is. I have a lot of nostalgia for this one, like I do with the first two, and even Bride. I really like the military school setting, and Child's Play 3 does feature my favorite ending in the franchise, set at the carnival. The climax of this one is amazing. I also love the opening kill. Child's Play 3 is probably the most rewatchable for me, and probably the one I get most excited about rewatching. But the true deciding factor for ranking this at number 1 is the personal attachment I have to it. I remember watching it when I was younger in my late grandparents' house, which is actually the house I own now. My mother and grandmother were in the kitchen cooking for a special occasion for the family, and I had Child's Play 3 on in the living room. I kept talking about the movie with both of them, and now my grandmother is no longer with us. It's just a nice memory I have involving this film. For all those reasons and more, Child's Play 3 is my number 1 favorite movie in the Child's Play franchise. So, there you have it, guys. My ranking of all 8 movies in the Child's Play franchise. What do you think? How would you rank these films? Comment below and let me know. As always, don't forget to check out Jason's video to see how he has Child's Play ranked. Which franchise will we rank next? Check back soon to find out. Until then, remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.